Dini Chodesh Elul. Aleph. There's Chodesh Elul. Ad Achayim Kippurim Heimei Merasim. There's Chodesh Elul until after Yom Kippur. These are days of goodwill from Hashem. Afki b'chol Hashanah HaKadosh Baruch Hu mekabel tshuva min hashavim ilav b'leiv shalim. Although the entire year Hashem accepts tshuva from those who return to Him with a complete heart, nevertheless, they are better and more accessible for tshuva. Easier for tshuva. Since these days are days of rachamim and days of ratzin. Why are these days rachamim and ratzin? Chodesh Elul is when Moshe Rabbeinu went up on Har Sinai to receive the luchos, the second luchos. Because he broke it, Shivas B'Tammuz. Then he had 40 days of asking Hashem forgiveness for the Chet Ego. That's why he broke it. And then he went up for another 40 days to receive the Luchos Shniyos. So Nishta Shamem Yem for 40 days. He was up there. He came down in Yud Tishrei, and then was the completion of the kapara for the ego. So they were forgiven by the Chodesh Elul. The complete kapara, just like before, that was on Yud Tishrei. I mean, also since then, Huktashu Yom Melo, these days were consecrated. They made Ratzim for days of Ratzim, the days of Elul, and the first 10 days of Tishrei. The Yom Yud Tishrei was set aside as Yom Kippurim, the day of Kapara, because that was when the Gmar Kapara was. Many places, and he says the majority of places, is the fast on Erev Rish Chodesh Elul. The last is Seder Yom Kippur Katan, and to do the whole Seder of Yom Kippur Katan in order to prepare their hearts in Tshuva. Even places which they don't do a Seder Yom Kippur Katan every Erev Rish Chodesh, but they do it Erev Rish Chodesh Elul. Although it's not Chabad Minig still, but many places do it. Chodesh Chodesh v'Shabbos. If Rish Chodesh fell on Shabbos, so when does the fast happen? Makdimin liyim heishel afanav on Thursday. Okay, now it's going to bring some interesting Rashi Tevis which are connected with the word Elul. Ha'arizal Kasav, he writes like this: V'ashel itzadav alikim min aliyadu santilach. He's talking about Ari Miklat, if someone by mistake, so Shalom killed another Yid, so then, and he didn't do it on purpose, so that's what it means V'ashel itzadav, he didn't trap him on purpose. V'alikim min aliyadu, Hashem chanced it to his hands. So the Santilach, and I'll put for you places, cities of refuge. The Rashi Tevis, where it says of Ina Liyadi Santilach, that Rizal says that Rashi Tevis Elul. So what does that mean? Lerner, this is a talos, ki chedezeo eis ratzin, it's an auspicious time, makabel tshuva, alachatoim sha'asav chalashana, for the Avedis, which he did the entire year. The Gam Remez, Shegam al Ashkagis, that also on things which we did by mistake, also those things we need to do tshuva in this month. So what does it mean that what do you mean it's a time to receive tshuva? Just like there was a cities of refuge to save the person, so too. So we're going to see soon, he's going to explain that this refers to so over here he says clearly this refers to tshuva. The Rabbi used it also to explain that it's referring to Torah. As the Medrash says that Divrei Torah killed him. The words of Torah are a refuge from the Yetzer Hara. Yetzer Hara tries to capture, the Yid. So what saves him from the Yetzer Hara? It says, who has Satan? Who has Satan? Who has Makatrik? He makes the Yid problems, makes him do Aveda, and then it comes to be Makatrik, same one. He comes, he's like the Gel, he's coming to get the Yid, like to take away his chayas, like to take out to spill his blood, sort of, take away his chayas. So we have to go into learning Torah because the Divrei Torah killed him. That Isa explains that it was referring to tshuva, the time, a special time that tshuva could be accepted by Hashem, and easier to do tshuva, and also that we have to do tshuva even when things a person think, oh, I did it by mistake. Not a big deal. So you have to do tshuva also on these things. And we know that in the time of when the Beis HaMikdash was Kayam, we had to do tshuva also on shkagas. That was the chatos, the karma chatos. The interesting thing from Rabbi Yena, right, in Shad Tshuva, he says that a chatos is a bazdanka. That's the price of a chatos. A danka, I think, type of coin. Danka. Dalet nun kuf aleph.
Dalet nun kuf aleph.
And Asham Tale is Shtei Slayim. It's 2 Slayim. A lot more. So you think it would be the opposite. A chatos is if you made a mistake. You know you made a mistake. You know for sure there's something wrong.
So it should be less.
But what's Asham Tale? Asham Tale is that that you also did a mistake by mistake. You did something by mistake, but you're not sure if you did it. You're not even sure if you did it by mistake. So the shchatos, you know you did something wrong. You know you did something mishagig. But the only way was mishagig. Asham Tale, it was not mishagig, but you don't know even if you did it. So you bring an Asham Tale to Tale to see if you find out later that you packed it, then you have to bring a chatas. So what's the reason? If you know for sure you did it, only one was a shegig, so it should be cost more than Asham Tale, which you're not even sure you did it b'chlal. But we find that the price is so much different. Tale is shtei slayim, so much more than that. So Benin explains. He says why? Because when you know you did something wrong, so you do tshuva because you know you did something wrong. But if you're not even sure you did something wrong, it doesn't bother you so much. That's why we have to charge more over here to be shtei slayim. So they should realize that we have to do tshuva. Brother, I don't even know if it was something wrong or not. Sorry, what? If he's not sure if he stole it, I wasn't sure if he stole it or not. I don't know. Maybe yeah, maybe not. The Pashtus is because some Chassidus, it's what I think it's probably also from Kabbalah that at the forgetting something, it comes from the skabrus of klippah. And that's why it comes from, so a person's a lot of doing I'm saying very involved in klippah and everything. It calls chashon, a person do a lot of shkakas. Say about tzaddik, he says at least benigay midid achil, at least benigay food. So he's not nikshol in the shegeg. Being a tzaddik. La yunu l'tzaddik kol chalavim benigay akapanim benigay food. Taisus says. Also another word which the Rebbe says about that certain things you do willingly, you think about it what you're doing, right?
With intent.
With intent. Certain things which is just your natural instinct.
Yeah, with intent.
Right. So the fact that your natural instinct should be to run away from an aveda. Like a person doesn't by mistake go into a fire. It's like you right away you jump back. Moving, come on. Huh? Yeah. And it shows really who a person really is. Because a person says something, oh, I didn't mean to say that. That's exactly, when he wasn't thinking, when he wasn't, but akopanim, that's versteht sich, that people are, talking about grace, tzaddikim don't have shkakas, most of us, akopanim. It's just said that we should do tshuva also on and we also know the thing, the mashal, probably knows the mashal of the Melech Masada. That's in Elul, the Eibishter, the Rebbe brings the Kotetera. He says that it's a mashal for a king who is coming to the city, and on the way he came to this field, and the people of the city came out to greet him, and he receives everyone with a smiling, happy face, and then he goes back into the city, and they all follow him, and then when he goes into his special palace with a special chamber, so only special VIPs are able to go in, and after a long time, then finally they could get in. Only certain people. So that's the difference between Elul and Hashem and Kippur. That's what Hashem and Kippur is. It's like he's in the palace. The palace, the king is full of glory. You see all the servants all bowing to him. You see his beautiful clothing, beautiful palace. The person walks in over there, he feels taken aback by the king's presence. So therefore, it's a special day. It's Rosh Hashanah and Kippur. Just like Rosh Hashanah and Kippur, you feel different. It's very special. Even Yidden which don't usually show up in Shul, they show up in Shul. There's something about Rosh Hashanah and Kippur. You feel the Melech is there in a revealed way. People. Then, but the only special people are which means in order for a person to really accept it, the king, and that it should stay with him the entire year. So only special people who are prepared themselves in Elul are going to be able to have that effect that they should stay VIPs the whole year. And in Elul, the king comes into the field and is accessible to everyone, even people who are found in the field. They didn't have to come to the palace. And the king is not dressed in his fancy clothing. Doesn't have all that. A person has to work on his own to come to the king to greet him. But that's what a person has to do. All he has to go to the king. The king is ready and with a happy face. The king is very accessible, which means it's much easier to access the Eibishter, to come closer to the Eibishter. The Eibishter over here is not going to be like inspiring like that in Kippur. It's a regular day. We're dealing with day to day. We're going to work. We're doing regular jobs. We're not stopping to work. That's why it's a regular weekday. But we should know that the Eibush is more accessible now, and it's a chance to be able to come close to him now. And then through that, we're able to come to Rosh Hashanah and Kippur and actually be worthy to be in the king's palace. Fine. So that's one Ashetis. Eid Amru Desh Rishonos, those who darshan the words. Umal Hashem Alikacha Hashem Eslavavcha Eslav Zeracha. Hashem is going to circumcise, metaphorically speaking, the heart, your heart, and heart of your Zeracha, Rashateus also Elul. She can explain soon that refers to Shuvah. Which Alter brings this, which is from Shir HaShirim. Rashatevis Elul is going to say refers to Tefillah. That the Yidden Ani is referring to the Yid, The Deidi is the Eibishter, that the Yid comes close to Hashem in Tshuva, and the Eibishter returns to him. It comes is close to him also, accessible to him for Tshuva. And the Deidi v'Deidi li. The Rebbe explains in the same Maimar Kutatera that it says that the Anila Deidi means that we have to do the work. It's not like the Shani Kippur, which we feel it. Anila Deidi, we have to start off. And then the Deidi Li, the Eibishter is going to be close to us. I'm going to Shani Kippur be able to have Yidas Hashem for the whole entire year. V'chein ish l're'eyu matanas lavinu, from the Megillah. Shleich manas ish l're'eyu matanas lavinu. Also, the Shetayus Elos refers to Gimel Sasadim, adding in Staka. Remez, l'shleish advarim shein tshuva, tefillah tzedakah. Sichon is daras v'amuched is that. Mal Hashem refers to the name as l'tshuva. Mila Deidi is the name as l'tefillah. Shein is Deidi. It's the din of the beloved, of the Yid, to the Eibishter. Shadeu matanas lavinim is the name as l'tzedakah. Yeah. Okay, so that is Hakdama. That's what the month is about. Other than Hagim, which we do. Base. Negim with Kea Shefer, but we blow Shefer in this month. Skill being Beis Rish Chodesh, we start blowing on the second day of Rish Chodesh. We take him Mechalye, and after Tefillah Shachris. We blow every day after Tefillah Shachris. So here he says, we blow Tashrat, Tkiya, Shvarin, through Tkiya. You know, the meaning of Chabad is to blow all 10. Tashrat, Tashat, Tarat. This refers to the Esser Keches. Also, if we didn't do it after Shachris, we still do it after Mincha. The Mesha talks about that also. I see that the Rebbe had something about it also. Sorry? Recording of the shaver? Hey, yeah.
No, for Elul. No.
I don't know. It's a good. Maybe it's a nice thing. I don't know if it's the listen, Elul, it's a minhag, right? But I don't know if you're doing the minhag. I don't know if you consider doing the minhag, but maybe it's. Chutz Erev Rosh Hashanah. Besides for Erev Rosh Hashanah, shemafsikim you stop. Erev Rosh Hashanah. Why do we stop on Erev Rosh Hashanah? Why don't we blow on Erev Rosh Hashanah? Kedei Shilah. Here he says a reason. Kedei lahafsik ben tkiyas l'shus l'tkiyas mitzvah. In order to make a hefsik between the tkiyas of the shus, which is an elul, which is a minhag, to wear the tkiyas of mitzvah, which is. The question is another reason brought also. The reason is kedei la'ayvev es Satan. Satan's going to think. The way it sounds like the way it says it is that a Shana passed already. Or it says everything that they were already Zeicha B'din. He's going to think that they were already Zeicha B'din. They're already meritorious in Din. So, the Shaila is, what does that mean? What does that mean? The Satan is Pasha doesn't have a calendar. They didn't send them a calendar in the mail. So what is it supposed to mean? There's many things that you can do. One of the reasons actually over here, he doesn't bring it. One of the reasons of blowing the shofar in Elul is also the L'ayrev es Satan. L'ayrev es Satan. What does that mean? And there's many things like the L'ayrev es Satan. Even the Tkiyas and Rosh Hashanah. So there's why do we start Simchas Torah? Why do we start reading Kriyas HaTorah on why do we start Kriyas HaTorah of Breishis? We only start Simchas Torah, so you should know when Rosh Hashanah is. When Rosh Hashanah is, because it starts. The L'ayrev es Satan. What's going on? He doesn't know what's flying. The Rebbe has a sikha. The Rebbe explains the L'ayrev es Satan means that Apshat he doesn't know. Of course he knows. He's a malach, he knows better than us. That is, that he's going to think that in Elul, one of the reasons for blowing the shofar is L'ayrev es Satan. You see, the Yidden are so machad the mitzvahs that we blow the entire Elul by blowing the shofar. You're going to say, the Yidden already are good. Yeah, he's not gonna even bother showing up to the court because they're already zeicha. And then he's gonna see that Erev Rosh Hashanah they're not blowing. Oh, why? Because they don't need it anymore. They're already zeicha. That's what it's about. It's about if he thinks that the Yidden are zeicha already, Yidden are already.
Well, it's still, it's the same question when he has a calendar.
As well.
If you do it every year after year, he knows that it's a trick.
No, it's not. He sees. So you do it every year.
He knows it's a trick. It's
Yeah,
like
but it's not just a trick.
If someone does a trick on April Fool's Day, you know every year it's April Fool's.
Yeah, but it's not only a trick. It's not just a trick. There's a play on Mamish, Yidden are being mechav of the mitzvahs. Yidden are mechav of the mitzvahs. So it gives a certain shtech to him. Especially, some people say, well, who's the Satan we're talking? We're talking about the Yitzhara. Yitzhara inside. So the Shasta Yid, we're going to see over here that one of the reasons for the Shefer is in order to put fear and to be machnia to leave. The Shasta Yid hears the Shefer, so it's machnia the leave it's machnia the Yitzhara. The vowel of the Yitzhara.
Comes home.
Yeah, so every year, Yid takas and Seder every year. I use takim mechav in the mitzvahs every year.
Rabbi Miller has a book on Elul.
Yeah.
So he says, if someone's sick, it's the most humble person that he could be.
Yeah.
So try to avoid being arrogant, be humble, and you won't get sick.
That's what he said.
Yeah, his way of speaking is that if someone's sick, he said, thank you, I appreciate it, thank you for coming. He feels he's in his place. So the security for arrogance and haughtiness. That's a certain perspective, which is true.
Yeah. Yeah. Time. Okay, we're third line. The time atkis, or in my print, the time atkis v'chedesh zeh. The reason for the tkis in this month is they later is almost tshuva, or to be later the people for tshuva. Kein whatever. Shal shefer later lahach. That's the nature of the shefer, is to arouse and to put fear. Shamar Akasu, Pasuk says, "Yitaka shefer beir v'amle yichradu." The shefer be blown in the city, will the nation not tremble? Ay negem din aselo. Another minig is me bezerish kedesh Elul ashmin atzeres aiming ma baker be'erev la'achar tefillah. Say in the morning and night. After davening, it's a mizmor l'David Hashem Eiri. And also we start from the first day in Chabad. And over here the ads, but Rabbi Siddur Sidri b'shachs acher shel yom mincha kedem alemus. One meaning is to do it, say the David Hashem after shel yom before enkel ekenu and shachris, and mincha before aleinu. But if a person's davening in a shul which they say aleinu first, so you're supposed to say aleinu with the tzibur. You first say aleinu with the tzibur, and then you say the David Hashem, and then you say. You can add also ach sadikim or okay. Where does this come from? Comes from the medrash. Says Hashem Eiri, Hashem is my light. Who is talking about Rosh Hashanah? Yishi, my salvation. The Yom Kippurim. Ki Sfineni besukkah zedamas l'sukkos. Zedamas l'sukkos. Also, there's a chiddush ataysh. Hashem Eiri Yishi. Hashem is my light and salvation from the Yitzhara. Yitzhara, I'm trying to overcome Yitzhara now. Hashem helps me out over here. Also the tzibur we say every place according to its minig we say tehillah mitzibur. So the minig of Chabad is to say 3 kapitlach from the Baal Shem Tov, and I think he said as he heard it from Achia Sholemi, his Rebbe, to say 3 kapitlach every day, starting from the Chodesh Elul. Someone didn't start and only started later so they can make up. Every day do 3 kapitlach. And the whole Seder, how when it comes Yom Kippurim, how to say 9 before Kol Nidre and 9 the Machzer, it goes through how to say it. 3 kapitlach. Mishnah Berurah I think brings that to say 10 kapitlach a day. From in Hagam. From Mesav and Tilim. Shenichnas Ela Yom Kippurim and starting from Elul Yom Kippurim. Shekeisav Adim Yigeres Achaveri. So when he writes a letter to his friends, it's a hint in the beginning or the end. The Rabbi said do it at the end. That he's asking for him, he's benching him, that the Kasa they should be written, the Kasa in the Sefer Chaim Teva. Make Sivach Simateva, Shana Teva Musukah. You have to do it when you're doing a text or a WhatsApp. Maybe it's not probably a Geddes. A Geddes is probably an email. If you write an email, actually then you should write Sivach Simateva.
I heard a share, this Rabbi Kleiman, he's an expert on technology. He's very upset that people daven from
Doesn't like it.
different Charles. He said, don't do that. You have a siddur available to you, you use that. He said, if you have a siddur, catch 22, you have no siddur, you can't say Avraham, that's one thing. If you have a siddur, do that, he said, it's no exception. He's a Talmud Lobach of Kamenetsky from Philadelphia. So he wrote a book on Halochos and technology, very strong. You're here, you go to tfilos.org, you're stuck, if you do it routinely, every day you do it, and you're flipping it, and you're doing like this, it's not the way it's done. But I told him about being a fanatic.
Right, it's not
So
fanatic.
it's available to you,
Right. Sure. Okay, Gimel. Anshi Maise Negim Livdik Bechede Zet Tfilin Mezuzah Shalem. Anshi Maise, the minig is for them to check the Tfilin Mezuzahs in Elul. Chalash Yimsa Sham Bedek V'Shai Mitzvah Yiskema. And find any other things in the mitzvahs, any other cracks in the mitzvahs, you should fix it. Is
introspective.
yeah.
To be introspective.
And yeah, the person should look over.
Look over his, where is that?
Yeah, where is that? In Pashal Mamadalad, so the Rebbe had started a campaign of people should have mezuzahs on the doors, people don't have, and also to check the mezuzahs. And the tefillin also, it's known that the Rebbe would always tell people to check the tefillin mezuzahs. Some people said mezuzah only needs to be checked once in a shmita, or a shult, twice. Tefillin says that it could be these are the tefillin shel avi imei. Grandpa's tefillin has a chazaka. So why are you saying you have to check? Huh? But they made better. Oh, you remember this, right? So the Rebbe says like this. First of all, the Shulchan Aruch is talking when it says the amount of times you have to check. If you don't have to check, it's talking about if you know for sure you put up a kasher mezuzah. For many of these people, we don't even know if there's something in the mezuzah case. And even if there's something in the mezuzah case, many times it's paper. I've seen it many times. Saying unfortunately it's very common. And even if it's made out of klaf, they saw it wasn't written the Shema V'Hayu Shema, it was written Birchas Kainim on it. So the whole Shulchan Aruch is talking about if you know for sure it was put up L'chatchila the way it's supposed to be. But they're talking about to see B'chlal if it's a proper mezuzah there in the first place. So there's no chazaka, there's no chazaka. And another point is that the way the mezuzahs were made, the tefillin and mezuzahs were written in the time of the Gemara, it was written the way which the ink and the klaf which they used, but in the way that it stayed for very long. It didn't fade away. But what they use today, you see with that things fade, things. And furthermore, let's see this the case of Shulchan Aruch, which is taken from the Mate Ephraim. So it says that the minig is check tefillin mezuzahs, And every single year in Elul, you check tefillin mezuzahs. So it's not something which is once in a shmita. It doesn't say once in a shmita. It says every single year to check an Elul. Okay, next stuff, yeah. Shabbos Shalachet Tisha B'Av Hala Maftirim Zayin Shabbos Zayin Nechmas. Right, so the Haftarah is starting from after Shabbos, starting the Shabbos after Tisha B'Av. So then Shabbos Nachamu, we start the 7 Haftarahs every week of Nechmas. Yeah. Imchol Yimal Teresh Chodesh Elul Shabbos. If the first day of Rosh Chodesh falls out on Shabbos, like this year, that was a kisa this year. Deichin Aniya Sayara Maftina Shamayim Kisa. That's what we did this year. Why? When Ish Bagamkim and Chamas Yishalayim. Really, usually you would say you would have Shamayim Kisi. Right. Shamayim Kisi. And so it's a Shemaim. I think we add also Macher Chodesh. I think that's the minute also to do a little bit of Macher, like the first pasuk and the second pasuk. And Ani Yosera you push off, and that's what we had. That's going to come later. Shabbos Pashki Seitzi Shem Naftirim Rani Vesimchi Rani Akara Mashlima Lea Gam Ani Yosera Shismuchala. You continue and you do also Ani Yosera. Shalom Aleichem. How are you?
Holding?
Holding in Siv Dalet. It's page, in this one is 397. 397.
Oh, Dalet.
Yeah, so we said that we did just a recap. In Aleph we talked about the days of Elul is the time of tshuva. It's easy to do tshuva and to be accepted by Hashem. Because this is the day which Moshe went up to receive the second luchos, and he had a final kapara for the Chet Egos on Yom Kippur. So these days are days of Eis Ratzon. We're talking about different Rashi Tevis in an Elul. Is Nafilach, is Tshuva or Torah. The day that is Tefillah, and Ishlei Matazal Yenim is K'minas Hasadim, and as Lavavcha is Lavav Zaracha is Tshuva. And then we talked about blowing the shofar, the reason for it, to be made as Tshuva, the Ma'ariv the Satan, and also and what's the reason why we stop between the on Erev Rosh Hashanah is to make a hefsek between the Tkiyas of the Shus of Minig and the Tkiyas of the Hashanah, and also Ma'ariv the Satan also explain that it means that the Satan should think either are some chav of the mitzvahs the whole time on Elul, and then and out of Rosh Hashanah they don't need it anymore, they're already Zeich B'Din, so that's going to get them all. And we also say Dav Hashem made it Yishi, right? And we also say and also we also say Ksivach Simatei when we write a Yigeres, we add that in. And we said in the Gimel we said that the meaning is for Anshe Ma'is to check the Tefillin Mezuzahs, and Mechlal a person should look through his mitzvahs which need to be Misakin. Just
Mezuzah also
Tefillin also, yeah. And every year, yeah.
But Tefillin has to be checked twice in 7. Mezuzah.
So this we just discussed that Mezuzah, right? So Mezuzah is once every Shemitah. There's Mezuzah of Shul, I think it's twice every. And Tefillin has a chazaka always. You don't have to check it. It's where you say this Tefillin. The Gemara brings that there's a story.
What?
Somebody might have said that he's wearing his Zaydas Tefillin.
Never checked.
So we explained, the kid said that the Rabbi talked about it once, that because the Rabbi was talking about people checking the Tefillin and mezuzahs. So first of all, that's only if you know for sure that the proper mezuzah was put up. How do you know there's something in the mezuzah? How do you know it's not a printed one? How do you know it wasn't something else written on it, whatever? Second of all, that the Tefillin, the way they wrote it then was written, the ink and the parchment stayed longer. Today we see that what they use it doesn't stay so long. It fades.
I think just the opposite.
I think, but they knew how to do those plants and things.
Yeah, but usually things get better with hundreds of years.
Right, but the thing is, we can't use certain things, right? And we don't have certain things they have. I'm saying we can't modernize our tefillin and mezuzah, so we have certain guidelines still, so we can't actually like. So like kankantem, so they put something in and you can't erase it once it says in the Gemara.
Yeah.
So, but today we see that it fades out. This is Ma'asim Chayim.
In the Megillah they said you do not use kankantem.
And the other thing is
by sight.
the Saita, you good.
Yeah.
Good, excellent.
Right.
So and then there's also then the Rabbi says also it says in this from Kiddush that taken from Matei Ephraim. It says that every year Elul you're supposed to check. It's a minute to check.
He quotes it over here from Mata Frank.
No, I know this from Matei.
He doesn't speak about Malchus Sod in this scene.
Oh, so we discussed it outside before.
I'm picking up what happened there.
Yeah. Okay, this is the Kitzur.
Malchus Sod is what?
It's a mashal of the Alter Rebbe, Nakuti Teira.
Hold on a second. That's from Chassidus to begin with?
Yeah. Alter Rebbe's mashal.
Got it from the Zoya? No.
Alter Rebbe's mashal.
So the Alter Rebbe invented came up with this thing.
He had a kasha, why is Elul weekday and why is Rosh Hashanah and Kippur such special days?
Alter Rebbe is the one who started this whole thing?
This is his kasha.
Wow.
And he explained that to the Rosh Hashanah and Kippur, the Alter
Malchus
Rebbe.
Sod, you would think it's mamish involved in...
No, but because the Rebbe made such a shturim from it.
Yeah.
Rebbe, every sixth, every man was all about Melech Basada. But it gives a certain more simcha to Elul's always, you think like this.
So let me ask you a question. What's your first name again? Avraham. Did they speak about Malch Basada in the Yeshiva Welt and other Chassidim? Do they talk about Malch Basada? I thought everyone spoke about Malch Basada. It's exclusively to Chabad.
Yeah, it's definitely Chabad.
The other.
I didn't even know that. That's how beautiful.
It's good. Shittas.
Okay, so hold it out.
There were no Dalit, yeah.
He never went to like Mama Print.
Sorry, what?
Maybe he never went to like Mama Print. Nope. Once, twice.
We missed you yesterday for David.
Fine. So we're saying in Dalit, we're saying that we're about Haftarahs. So if you in Tov, Shabbos, B'Shchei, Elul, if you made a mistake in Shabbos, B'Shchei, Elul, B'Mar, Niyah, L'Svara, by mistake you said Niyah, L'Svara, if you remember before you made a bracha afterwards of Haftarah, Yemer, Gam, Shemen, Kisi, L'Achla, say Shemen, Kisi. Niska, L'Achra, brachas, you didn't remember until after the brachas, Yemer, Shemen, Kisi, L'Achla, say without bracha, which means this past Shabbos, you're supposed to say Shemen, Kisi. Which means usually we say Aniyah Soera because there's a 7 parashas Haftarah of the Nechama since Tisha B'Av. But when it falls out on Ish Chodesh, so then we push off Aniyah Soera and we say Hashemayim Kisi.
Hashemayim Kisi is unique to Elul?
No, Hashemayim Kisi is every Ish Chodesh.
Oh, so we do say that.
We say Hashemayim Kisi and we don't say the order of the 7 Haftarahs. We push off Aniyah Soera to keep Parashat Kiseitze. We only say a Parashat Kiseitze.
So Kiseitze, we're not going to have that.
We're going to have 2 Haftarahs. We're going to double it up.
Oh.
We're going to have Rani Akara, and because it's close to it in Nech, so therefore it's going to be, we're going to say it together. In Chodesh, Chodesh, Elul, B'Achar, B'Shabbos, this is a different year. The Chodesh, Elul is on Sunday, so Dechen Haftarahs Machar Chodesh, Ein Bam Necham Zeshleim, Haftarah Niyah Soera. If Rish Chodesh Ersht is on Sunday and Shabbos is not Rish Chodesh, so then you do say Aniyah Soera, and you don't say the usual Haftarah, which is Machar Chodesh. Usually you would say Machar Chodesh if the next day is Rish Chodesh. That's usually say the Machar Chodesh, Vayim Yenis and Machar Chodesh. We don't say Machar Chodesh in such a kriyas. Okay, so that's the end of Dalit. Okay, Nusif. Hey. Yem Rishon Shakei Rosh Hashanah Ve'ilech Mashkim L'Slich. Starting from the first, from Sunday before Rosh Hashanah, and that week we get up early to say Slichas, right? So the minhag is to get up earlier. We start earlier.
Instead of finishing later.
Yeah. We get up earlier. Im Chol Rosh Hashanah being days, being Gimel. Like this year, Rosh Hashanah is going to be when? It's going to be Monday. Or Tuesday. Maskil Mimnishim Shavakin starts on the Sunday before, which is Sunday morning at 1 o'clock, Matzah Shabbos. So this year is...
We have a double header?
We have a double header. It's almost the biggest. It's Monday. If it would be Tuesday, it would be mamish the biggest, but it's one chilek. So we're starting a week before, right? So we have a week and a day.
If you feel bad, you should just compare yourself to the Sfarad and they do 40 days.
That'll be also say all the time.
When you get up, you should wash your hands. I'm saying it's talking about right, because you're getting up early, right? You're getting up early when it's still dark. That's the way he's saying it over here. Akapanim earlier. A person should do akapanim a little earlier.
Oh, you're saying
the minhag is that we do the first one, like 1 o'clock in the morning, 12:45, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, you're talking about the first lichos.
No, he's talking about all of them.
So he's talking about you daven out the sikkim. So you get up before the sikkim.
Slichas akapanim. You don't have to daven early. You can daven whenever you want. But the main thing is slichas should be done.
Well, why is he talking about washing your hands?
Because
according to that, he's probably thinking that you're getting up.
Every day you're waking up earlier. That's the way they're speaking. They used to wake up slichas earlier. And I heard a word.
No, in yeshivas they started earlier.
Yeah, sure.
7:30, they'll bump it up to 7 o'clock.
Yeah. In 770, Seder starts at 7:30. At 7 o'clock is slichas. The Rabbi used to daven 7 o'clock. Slichas, I think. Most people daven even earlier. I'm saying, but
wasn't 7 o'clock the davening every single day?
No, there was a 9:30 minyan. 9:30 was the minyan for Shabbos, for the Bach. I'm saying they learn Chassidus, right? Chassidus at 7:30. Yeah, they learn Chassidus at 7:30 until 9, and 9:30 they would daven.
Wasn't there a minyan 10 o'clock every day?
Later in Memches, it became 10 o'clock.
Oh.
The older years it was 9:30. Yeah. So that time, our Kapanim Slichas was always before Chassidus. It was always at 7. It was 7 o'clock.
Oh, it wasn't attached to the davening.
No, it wasn't at 9 o'clock or 9:30. They did Slichas before, because Slichas is supposed to be earlier. Slichas is supposed to be mashkimim.
So does he have to be?
There's an Indian to do it early.
Mashkimim Indian. Yeah.
Right. So the Pashas over here is saying mashkimim. They would wake up and stamet while it's still dark. They wake up while it's still dark outside. So I heard that there's a Seder, the Kabbalah, that the way Slichas came about, it wasn't Pshat that Chacham decided that we're going to now institute Slichas. Happened was Yidden before Rosh Hashanah, they knew Rosh Hashanah was coming.
Wow.
They Pasha couldn't sleep.
Wow.
So they all came to people. So what are they going to do? So they came to shul. So well, everyone's sitting around the shul. Okay, so we have to make something to So we'll say slichas.
You really think that happened that way?
I don't know. That's what it's a certain tradition. A certain tradition. There's something to it. I don't know exactly. One of those.
It's probably happened like the rest of the davening happened.
Slichas. That's in part of slichas is I'm saying that the yidgam midas and.
So I was right. Basically, he's talking about that. People davening, the time of davening was this sikkim, before Amim Mashachar.
Yeah, early.
And Slichas was mamish before that.
Yeah, people didn't cast around; they had to go do work.
That's why he's mentioning the tilo. Otherwise, of course, he didn't.
Wow, the whole seder then was different. When things got dark, your job was over with. You didn't have electricity, and like today, saying the day was over once it became dark.
Mm-hmm. Agricultural life.
So once it came dark, you wanted to do slichas and daven and get to work.
Right.
So you get up early, so you need to wash your hands. After slichas, and over here the adds the first netila was before Amud HaShachar, so
you have to wash again.
Yeah, but there is a minig b'chashoy that the Rebbeim would have.
What does b'chashoy mean?
What does it mean b'chashoy, right? I'm saying it loud, right? But you're supposed to be not like official, but like
Chashoy means quiet.
It's not like an official hira, like unofficial hira.
Yeah.
That's to say the entire brach. Someone went to sleep and he woke up, and even though it was early, so you still say the entire brachas. Fine. I always have to remember the Kishma later bit. But are we gonna have a minute tonight, or what?
How many do we have now?
Usually have a minute.
Yeah, we always have a minute.
Always have a minute.
Always have.
You said too, like some people may not be here tonight.
Why? The chasana tonight? What happened to Sasson?
Come on, half a minute we have, huh? Give it another
You
5
always
minutes, huh?
You always have a meeting. Yeah, people come later. I hope he didn't leave, this guy. He left?
He davened by himself. He davened by himself.
Yeah, where?
For some reason he davens by himself.
Like who?
He davens like an Aseres Mitzvah. It says Aseres Mitzvah, you know. That's
He davens by himself.
Oh, Dam Yechid.
I don't know why he does it.
It says Mitzvah, says in a person davens Yechid, this is like in Aseres Mitzvah, it's like davening for Tzivah.
That's your case of Hanabi. No, it says that first of all, the Alter of his times, one of the things the Alter of the accomplishment of that Alter Rebbe was that people would go into the Cheder Shane and daven for 7-8 hours.
Yeah.
It wasn't with the minion. The daven 7-8 hours, not with the minion.
It was down 7-8 hours, and then we could, yeah.
That was one of the big things that the Alter Rebbe did.
Yeah.
Didn't daven.
Yeah.
So that's why you daven Chidus, but other than that, there's nothing.
Like there's a lot of the minig of many chassidim was to hear all the dvarim of Kedusha and then down. Not chassidim was to do it. Or used to start with the tefillah with the tzibur and then it would be made different minhagim. Well, shliach tzibur aimer sheimer slichus yisata betalas mitziyatzas kedem shamas klash, right? The shliach tzibur where's the talis? Right, because that's the story that they said. If you want to have, in order to be made an achman by me, you should do the seder of slichus. And the Eibusha showed him how to do it. The Eibusha wrapped himself in a talis, and he showed him this is the seder how you should do it. He gave him a preview.
Hashem Hashem.
Yeah, to say Hashem Hashem, and this is how you do it. Fishi safing yivarech bracha al talis shalei kishalei shemalayla. And lay yivarech since it's a safik, if you should make a bracha on it while it's nighttime still, if it's its own thing, because it's talking about nighttime.
Wow.
It's talking about, let's say, the first night.
Well, then you have the Rambam and the
I can lay. I can lay it l'shalei. Therefore, you shouldn't take yours. But right, what's the is the chiyuv on the gavra or on the chefsa?
Right.
The gam lay talis hakol. You shouldn't take the talis of a kol either. You should lay talis mach. You should borrow someone else's talis.
Right. But you shouldn't take the shul's talis because the shul is also shaila. If you take the shul's talis, it's a shaila if the talis belongs to you when you're taking the talis from the shul.
Right. And the right is it's kavanah for that you're doing it for it's covered for the tzibur. Even if the talis if there's no talis, if there's no talis, it's not ma'akiv. Yesh Makemis negim shemispal slichas and spal gam shachas and mincha v'gam nayah shalafanav. I don't see that. I'm seeing unless the person's avol on Islam. Okay, the level of meliyar tev lama minas slichas good to stand.
What do you mean? You're supposed to say slichas before every single tefillah?
No. He's saying that the chazan who davens slichas, he should daven also for the amud, also on shachris, also the mincha, and also the night before. Huh? A lot of shuls have such a many, yeah? That's what it says.
Really? Why?
It's chashuv, what? Who kedem lavel u'meili yertzeit? It's kedem everyone.
What is the shot in such a minute?
I think it's chashuvas, I'm not sure.
He's the big. He's basically he might be a stellar, like a real. They hire people to say slichas, so already you're paying really bucks.
Do hire people to say slichas?
Yeah, I mean some places.
By Spider-Man shuvas they have.
Well, like outside out of town, they'll hire somebody because you need to say slichas for the tune. It has a tune.
Matt.
We can say it like Weinberg,
Yeah.
You remember? You were
no, the videos. Maybe I remember also a little bit. So it could be.
I remember.
With the hats, huh?
Oh, he was the real deal.
See over there that
he's crying.
He's crying. And see also the Rebbe also, even the Rebbe usually in the show, kept like having like a tissue and kept like
Yeah, there's a video of the whole ceremony till the beginning.
It's good to stand by midas slichas. Misha kashale, it's hard for someone to stand. Yamel chalapachas b'midas kil melech yeshiv. You should at least stand for kil melech yeshiv, for and shleish asri midas. Kil melech yeshiv, the shleish asri midas. Then you should sure at least stand. You know where it comes up, also in Kippur. Also, it's long davening. Dina midas avide eigenlijk een monster sign. What type of chazan do you need to have? Yidak to livchesh liachzivish yispal slichas v'yam neirayim also yam neirayim ishu hagun gadol b'teira or meisim teira. Kfi ma shaf shaliv say however much you can find, however good you can find. V'gam sheyeh ben shleishim shana. She's 30 years old. She'az kar nachr sichas adam shavachurse. Says when he's 30 years old, so then his kach of his of the youth, of the like the kach and taivus and everything, calm down a little bit. When he's 30 years old.
Interesting that he puts a number.
Think he gets stronger?
No, he might get physically more stable in his strength, but his instability in terms of
he calms down a little bit. He's not all over the place.
Yeah, he's not so wild.
Not wild, yeah, that's the word.
Rent the cars have it at 25.
We're getting to there.
Oh, you have to be married. That's what
we're gonna get to now. Also.
So we have how many do we have? Carlos, how many do we have now? Well, we have 8 with Moshe. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. Don't leave.
David.
He's not going to leave.
What are you doing here?
You need 1 more or 2 more.
Benichel libe. His heart is humble. V'teiv she'adam muflig should be a great person. V'gami and nasi should be married. V'ilei banim, we have children. Shu sheifich libe, as he pours his heart out. V'mapa tachnunim mekidus alev, because he's crying for his kids, for his family. Also, the one who blows the shofar. I think the Zohar says also you should find someone who blows the shofar. You should know the paths and the honor of Hashem, which means you should know the godless Hashem. And I think the Mishnah Brura brings also that you should learn Zohar also. You should learn the tefillah.
Wow.
And the Pirush HaMilos of the tefillah. Also, they should go to mikveh. Also, make sure they go to mikveh. And about Tekeh and about tefillah.
What Rosh Hashanah?
Rosh Hashanah. And also, he should also learn also the what it says in Zohar. The Mishnah Brura says the reasons of Tkiyah Shofar, and it's also the kavanas of the davenings. You should learn the Chodesh Hatayit. There should be more to it.
What says in Mishnah Brura?
Mishnah Brura says to learn the Zohar.
There's also this week's parsha Shoftim b'Shoftim. Says a judge has to have children.
Yeah. Shofet.
I mean the Shofet has to have Shofet. And that dafka is a whole sikha of why he has.
But there's a sikha about it.
It's part of his sikha.
Yeah.
The fact that you say he has to have children means, and he's not allowed to carry out the punishment, means that you have to have a certain level of Avish Yisrael, and you have to be at the highest level, and you have to be kulei chesed to be able to get level of judge.
So that with the kids make you soften you up. Kids, no, really, that's what it is.
Oh. No, here he was explaining because when you have kids, it shows you have the ability to you have to give them. You have to buy everything, but then you have to give them everything.
They
but now you're saying they soften you up, means they give you a run for your life.
They do. That's the thing. You have to.
They talk back.
Yeah.
They soften you up. They give you.
No, but also just to take care. It's just like it's not that they have to take care of somebody else.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. So we geen dakkel liefgeven fijn weiter. It says, geen makri lifnei tekei. Also the one who's a makri, the one who's somebody who has to show, is also lifnei tekei shehi bal teira. The Yiddish also be kvi mash'ef shalhem. Nimsi mio kol yisrak sheinem lakel. All you can kasha for all of it. And actually mirutzim lakal. Everyone should agree to that person. Imrei shesh machlekes David. You see the machlekes. Yivnat smeaf apishi yiyah mishein. Even if someone's not worthy, rather stay out of machlekes and let somebody else do it.
Wow. But doesn't talk here that a guy has to be able to carry a tune, doesn't say. But it says in other places. looking out there, looking for a chazan. You have to look for somebody who has a sweet voice.
So he says what he's saying about learning the things. So the next few sifim talks about the Ches talks about an avil. That an avil in Shiva and the Shishim is better. It shouldn't be a chazan. And Tess says about Yachad Amos, unless someone's saying slichas by himself. The person saying slichas doesn't have a meaning for slichas, let's say. Right? Slichas. You can't say shleishas midas. You're giving us harachim in Hashem karachim achanun.
You said it derech kriya as the Torah.
You have to say the trouble.
Ela der kriya b'teira benigni b'tayim. Right. Every time you should skip it. And he says furthermore, the things which are lashon arami, you should only say with 10 people. I didn't see that we don't say it, but the reason is because I think
Where is lashon arami?
It's machia masi maradi v'shmaya.
Oh, that's
at the end. It's sort of the end of slichas to start.
Oh, that's with 10 people only.
I never heard him saying. Here he says this. I never saw anyone not saying it for that. But
maybe it's just
the reason is like this. You say balachash. The reason is because when we have a tzibur, we're speaking to the Eibush Alein. When a yachid, so it's through a malach, and a malach doesn't understand Arami. That's what it said. Arami, lashon Aramis. And that's why, and also the Shulchan Aruch brings in Negea of Valatzian. Also, that's where it talks about it. The Valatzian, that if you're saying it, Al Yachid, so it's limud hatayr or whatever, but you say balachash. You don't say it loud.
Valatzian?
In Valatzian, it translates the psukim. The Tatani Rucha Shmois Basre Kalzia the Mishnah.
That you're supposed to say balachash.
Saying if you're a yachid.
We don't say it.
We say berabim only. We usually you could say it also the second one you say only berabim, but by tzibur. But the other one, no, it's probably also the same idea. So that's the idea of aramis. Saying I didn't hear that we didn't say it. So I'm saying shleishas imid is famous that we say it with that. If nigga, some people also maybe skip it. Whatever different. Fine. So Yud also talks about the Aval that he doesn't leave his house for Shiva, he doesn't go to for Slichus. And Yud Aleph, we're going to go back to talk about a Chazan again. He says like this: Shliach Tzibur she'isparl v'yamin nirayim, Shliach Tzibur who davens v'yamin nirayim, mechenet tekeh, the one who's blowing. Sichti u'mlifish v'zartzah shleish yam l'fnei Rosh Hashanah, 3 days. Makol davar ameveditum. So here he says that they shall learn the pirushim of the tefillas and the piyutim, and shall learn all what it means, the piyutim, and what the tefillas means. A lot of hard words over there. When you come to slichis, it's also very hard words. Saying, but so you learn the pirushim. It's something which the Rebbe was made it also very much. They should go to mikveh before, and they should learn the Pirush Hamilas HaKapanim.
On what?
Of Tfilis and Piyutim. Here he's actually he's talking about Yamin Erayim. He didn't mention it, but also Slichas. But yeah, that's what people do. V'gam Yomadu Sifri Musar. They should also learn Sifri Musar from Ma'edim Asleva Adam, which is Ma'edim the person's heart.
We're going to talk about the Zohar.
Here he doesn't mention it. Mr. Brudering, Pachat Hashem, for the Pachat of Hashem, you should be scared from Pachat Hashem, Mahadar Ge'eni, from His greatness. Kumi Lishmas Aretz, Hashem's coming to judge the Aretz. This is a time that says that we're Ramayit, even those who write Svarim, that says they should be Mayit from writing Svarim and Chiburim, and they should be spend more time at davening and Chassidus and Musar, time of which you spend more time in the Peretz. Do you think people are going to come, or we should take some from the street? Should we try to find someone? I don't mind going until further, but I just want to make sure that the Elam's going to have a minute.
The last minyan is 1 o'clock a.m. in Landos.
Somebody usually come this late if they're coming from Ida?
Could happen.
Could happen. Okay.
We're missing only one? Besides who? Well, I have my shirts.
Well,
Yeah, Moshe.
Oh, Moshe Vigdor.
yeah, he said when he's 10 to come.
Maybe somebody else in the library also.
So he's still up.
Okay, whatever. It's up to you. I'm leaving it up to you.
All David.
I'm ready to continue.
No, David, no, he's very
Okay, in Mleinim Salam to Keshu about Teda, if you didn't find about someone who goes with about Teda, Yira Akapanim Shia Makri about Teda, the one who's showing him how to read, should also be about Teda. Yibaki Behilchas Tkiyas Shefer. Shibaki in Halochos, Shim Yera is a tell us what Tkiyas, it's going to be some mistake in the Tkiyas, Yida Malasis, you know what to do. I'm Shahid, looked at the Shefer, and Kasha, see, check the Shefer. It's Kasha. There was a story in some Sunday. I poked it in here from that shafer, but the main shafer which they're blowing, one in maybe 2, 3, I don't remember how many years ago it was. The past few years that they found the crack in it. It was a problem, and they had to and discovered it afterwards. It was like one of the Rebbe shafers, and who's gonna make the and it was maybe a shaila maybe. So they need a shaila, so they need someone to make a bracha. So there was one person. That he woke up late, or maybe he was out for some reason, he missed it. Everyone had to find out about it, and he made the bracha on the tkir.
Oh, really?
Kapanim, so you have to know the halachas, these things can come up.
How did they alert the whole crowd?
No, because people were still there. It was by the end of Tefillah that they announced it. So people were still there.
Everybody was still there?
Yeah, because you still do the last 30 after davening, the Larvas Asata,
So
whatever. People stay around, whatever.
So they started again. Basically.
Yeah. And also, if a person makes a mistake, he has to know to go back.
What are we going to do? Where's the circus? What are we going to do?
What? We need? We have 9, you said? With Meisha we have 9? Or with Meisha?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9.
We have 9. We just need one person. Nobody in the
One is the 9.
Because in the library.
The library's 9. No, the library.
Guy in the library is 9.
We need one more person.
One more person.
Nobody has a number.
No, but he needs another person. I don't know if he understands what this is.
Starve him?
He thinks that he's 10 with him? I don't know.
Let him think. Only one man on.
Okay, Yud Beis is about people fasting and Seder Tshuva and Rosh Hashanah. Yud Gimel is about Erev Rosh Hashanah. He says that the Noyagim Leilach be'Erev Rosh Hashanah Achet Tefillah Shachar the Beisak Kvaris v'Sachayim Nishatech Kibra Sadikim. Right, so the minhag is to go to and we go to the oil on Erev Rosh Hashanah. We have a pan. V'neistim shom stakal ani give stakal ma'am tachtunim le'era sadikim akdeshim shabaret seimat v'meira the sadikim which are in Eretz Heim means in Gan Eden shem litzotei ba'denim yemadin shvi meilitzotei for us on the day of judgment. V'gam machmesh hu makim kudas sadikim. It's a place of kudas sadikim hamakim hu Chodesh v'tar. So it's a halakha place, just like a person comes to a shul to daven. So you go to daven close to a tzaddik. That's also Yasa Kadosh Baruch. Tefillah Mekubel Sham. V'Yisa the Tefillah is Mekubel over there by the tzaddik. V'Yisa al Adon Skedish on halakha land. V'Yasa Kadosh Baruch Chesed b'schus tzaddikim. Nebshim Chesed b'schus tzaddikim. Aval Yasa Magamasi neged Amesim Sheichim Sham. Don't.
Let's go the guy for the library.
Did you have some?
We got some.
Oh, Circus. What's your first name, Mr. Circus?
Mendel.
Oh, Menachem Mendel?
Yeah.
Oh, you're real about it. Shkoyach, thank you very much. He's a chiyuv. Thank you very much. Where? Davened already?
Yeah, no.
Oh, man, she's tzaddik. Shkoyach.
Mendy.
Okay.
Shkoyach.
Shkoyach. Ik it is, we zijn ksiv a table, shon a table, sukkah.
At the end, what happens over here quickly in 3 seconds? What happens at the end?
Oh, so it says it's an interesting thing about data shalom. It's an interesting thing about Akapanim. He says, so we make the bracha, sheyatzer as chamadin, you know, when you go to Beis HaChaim, work there for 30 days.
Dershal Mason, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah, there is, it's a different thing. But over here, but you're not davening to, right? And also, in the Dala, he says some people fast, but it's not a minig. Right? Also, people, it's good to ask Mechila. Tetzvav is an interesting thing that Erev Rosh Hashanah, you do laundry and you take haircut.
You do laundry?
And you take haircut for Kavod Yom Tov, and you put on clothing on Erev Rosh Hashanah. On Erev Rosh Hashanah, you already put on. You could start on Erev Rosh Hashanah. You put on the big day Shabbos to show that we're sure that we're going to be zeicha. That ever would quote us a lot. We're sure. Erev Rosh Hashanah already. We're sure that we're zeicha b'din. And then the Tezayin is we do Hataras Nadarim. If you don't understand Lashon Kodesh, then you should say it in any language you understand.